Alrighty, good morning, folks. Decided to skip the gym because allegedly we have more snow coming, and glad I did because I have not been sleeping well this week. I've been waking up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for some reason or another. Um, Last night it was the cats decided to get into it at 3 o'clock in the morning, so that was unpleasant. Um, Kind of running into the issue again with like my deadlifts where and my rows where I kind of lose my thumbs during the lifting. So the focus today might just be some like general grip work slash there is an idea like, hey, this is has been my heavier loading phase. I've been trying to progressively cut calories. I've been inconsistent. There's a lot of variables there. So um, not going to do too much today because of this possibility of snow and again just how much snow we've already had. I think we ended up having at least a foot. It was I haven't gotten quite an accurate measurement because of we had snow and then we had freezing rain or sleet, and so how much was actually compacted down versus the wind and this and that, can't tell. But again, I've had a lot of activity this week already, so we're just gonna do some pretty basic grip work today. These are things that we've done in the past. I think I kind of call it like my grip series or my carry series. So um, we will try and do a few sets of everything. So we'll do probably a suitcase, carry, hold, whatever you want to call it, with the 40, the 70, the 45, the 40, drop it down to a 35 after that. Or so that'll be like 3 sets down here, probably enough. After that, we'll kind of bring it up into a waiter's hold and then do an overhead press hold. So that'll probably be it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets total. Is the thought. Where is I also woke up with quite a headache today because I did not hydrate well, and so it's just hasn't been a great start to my morning, as it were. All right, so here we go. All right, just good old suitcase hold, working on that grip. Engaged core, packed shoulder, you name it. Ooh, we shaking. Um, yeah, and I'll also say that just current life, current event stress, political stress, financial stress is a factor in how I'm doing. Currently, the weather's been in the single digits all week. I'm slipping and sliding on ice anytime I try and walk anywhere. So, wish it was sunnier, wish it was warmer, wish things were cheaper. There's a lot of wishes, but unfortunately, I can't do much about a lot of this stuff. Alright, so that was with 70. So do our next set with the 45 on the 40. Last time I did the waiter's carry, I think I was able to do at least 25. With the bell pointing down, and then my guess is around 20 for the bell pointing up, and then it was like 12 pounds. I could probably do a decent amount of weight on that overhead position, but again, when the bell goes vertical, it's probably like, again, 12 to 8 pounds. So we'll find out. So really just trying to focus on like packing my lat in. Because that was an issue I've been having with deadlifts, where I just kind of like, I just feel that left shoulder drop and shift. And again, maybe that's just related to what's the word I'm looking for? Like nervous system fatigue, general fatigue, or again, just there's a lot of factors going on right now. But yeah, I know my anxiety recently has not been good. I am blaming trying to lose weight on that. But it is what it is. Wait. But we're getting at least what a minute 45 break in between each set here. So that should be generally pretty adequate. In terms of rest break between these. My left forearm definitely felt a little more fatigue on that second set relative to my right forearm. But I know the biggest issue I've been having is I'm losing my thumbs sooner than my fingers during deadlifts and rows recently. So, yeah, it's probably a technique thing, you know, probably rushing the lift. So, man. I had been adding 2 scoops of protein to my daily diet just to up the protein intake, and all that ended up doing was jacking up my stomach. So switched out the protein for a little more rice, just to kind of keep the calories relatively level for this week. And then the plan will be to cut down on the rice for next week. So I'm going to be going from like 2,300 about to 2,200 calories. We'll see what that does for everything. So I am expecting to lose strength, unfortunately. Alrighty. So we got the kind of waiter's carry next. So again, this is more about being able to maintain stability for time as opposed to just, throwing some weight around. So it's again focusing on that kind of scapular rotation, creating the shelf so that I can maintain this position for longer. Oh boy. Yeah. I keep remembering this statement, quote, where a psychiatrist was like, "Yeah, I'd probably lose like most of my caseload if they were just making extra, if they could just get an extra $500 a month." So unfortunately, I'm really feeling that right now. Am I definitely more financially secure than a lot of other people? Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm in that same boat where I'm like one medical event away from being in debt, or even more debt. Alrighty. So, just because I still have a 35-pounder out, I'm gonna go up overhead, up overhead. And then we'll go back to the waiter's carry, holding the kettlebell vertical instead. So again, this is more of, right, like I can open up my hand. It's not a grip thing here at all. But again, it's being able to keep everything stacked, cores engaged, shoulder blades in a good position. Got some good thoracic extension going. So I saw a video yesterday where it was an orthopedic surgeon. It's my guess saying like, oh, if there's one exercise I'd never have people do for is overhead presses. And I'm like, I can't fully disagree with them just because I've seen a lot of bad overhead presses. But I think we've talked about where like I've seen people set up for an overhead press here. So when they press, they're pressing out with the weight in front of their face. It's an over face press, not a overhead press. So overhead press, requiring great thoracic extension, really good core stability so you're not extending from your lumbar spine, having good scapular rotation, having the ability to get your chest in front of your shoulders, right? Just there's a lot more to the shoulder press than just shoulder press. So kind of labeling one exercise as bad to me doesn't tell the whole story. Alrighty. Like I think there's a few exercises I just really don't give my patients because of technical aspects. side lying hip abduction is really good at what it does. Problem being is people. Alright, so this is 20 pounds. This is where we're definitely working a little more on that grip. So 20 pounds, definitely doable for me here. So people will, like, I want people to extend their hips slightly during side lying hip abduction. Ooh, my whole body's vibrating right now. Right, so I want people to extend their hip to abduct, right? Too often I'll see a flexion abduction. I'm like, yeah, so it's hitting your TFL rather than this glute med. And standing, it's fine. I'm doing it. But I've seen people where they'll just kind of like do everything but what they're being directed to. So in itself, the side lying hip abduction isn't a bad exercise. It just has more nuance than most people can figure out. So see me chasing it. Alright, and then pretty sure last time I did these, I was able to keep it around 12 for the overheads. What I really like doing with rows to like teach people to like feel their lats is actually using like basically an ab strap. Oh, this is, no, that's actually probably gonna be fine. I don't think I could have done 20 pounds with this, so it's like a weird in between where, so we got like the elbow straps here for knee raises. So you put these straps behind on your upper arm so that you don't have to worry about gripping. And all of a sudden it's just that emphasis on, good shoulder blade pull down, drive that elbow back, and people are like, oh, there's my lats instead of a bicep exercise. So again, like in particular, like a seated, chest supported, pin selected row may be like one of my favorite exercises to probably teach because it's just simple, right? There's not a lot of moving parts. Bend over row, okay, first you got to teach them a hinge. And bracing, a hinge, and then you got to teach them the rowing motion, not a curling motion. So, all right. Oh, get up there. So, is the bend over row a great exercise? Sure, for those who are ready for it. Again, chest supported bench press or a back, like a seated bench press, machine. A lot easier to teach the mechanics on that than a barbell bench. But there is that transferability eventually. But that's also where I go back to, I think we have such a limited ability to move and experience movement throughout our daily lives that I think it's a bigger issue. And it's less about teaching exercises and more so the fact that we don't have time to experience movement much. I want to try the overhead with the 20 here on both arms, and we'll see how that works for us. Ooh, that's definitely harder. Having to concentrate. Oh, shit. Stay up there. Ah, damn it. Alright, almost got it. How are we doing on time? We're good. I may try one more grip variation. Haven't done it before on camera. Haven't done it before in the way I'm going to do it. So we'll see how it ends up working. Whoop. Okay. Come on. Come on. Get it up there. Alrighty. So basically I'm trying to get my thumb, a little more thumb work. And I think the issue is with the Bowflex kettlebell being a little polished, that makes it harder. So instead of gripping it like this, this is basically like a plate pinch with a kettlebell. So again, the emphasis is more on this like C grip, so we can get a little more thumb involved. And I'm gonna get my foot out of the way. Oh man. Alright. So that definitely is harder. I definitely got some grip fatigue, a little bit of a forearm pump from doing all that. Yeah. There we go. Come on, babe. Oh, yeah, boy. Yep, boy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, good enough for me. Especially since I might be shuffling a little more tomorrow. All right. If you did what I did, great. If you did your own thing, great. You're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline. or a community to support you is what we're here to do. Help each other be a little better every day. So good job today. Keep working hard. We'll see you next time.